Hey everyone, so going to be taking a break from Pokemon Go because I just got the Xperia XA Ultra. Very excited about this phone. So as always, I'll give you guys a look at the outside of the box first before I unbox it. Let's wait for the camera to focus here. So pretty similar to the XA's box. Quick look at the back. So some specs at the bottom there, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Alright, so let's get right to it. Now I think this might be the most interesting of the X series. Not the best one. I think that would have to go to the X Performance. But for a mid-range phone, this really has a lot going for it. Some very unique features. Alright, so right on top, the XA Ultra. Let's get to that in a minute. And then looks like just some instructions for single and dual SIM. And pretty much your standard stuff. We got startup guide. Wall adapter. Some headphones. And a micro USB cable. Alright guys, let's go ahead and power this on. And I also have the C5 Ultra I'm going to be comparing it with. Pretty nice looking back. Whew, man, that is nice looking. Definitely a step up from the C5 Ultra, at least in my opinion. Looks like it has more of a screen to phone ratio there. Yeah, so it's a 6-inch screen, 1080p. Go ahead and power it on. Now in the rear here you have a 21.5 megapixel camera. And on the front, now this is one of the big selling points, this front facing camera. It might be the best selfie camera of any phone ever made. 16 megapixels, has OIS, flash as well. So definitely excited to be testing that out. Internally this phone has a 2700 capacity battery. MediaTek Helio P10 processor, so that of course makes it a little bit more of a mid-ranger. 3 GB of RAM. You have micro SD card support, only 16 GB of internal storage, so you're definitely going to need a micro SD card for this. And as you can tell, I have the black version, but it's also available in white and lime gold. Alright guys, just booted up. Running Marshmallow like all the other phones in the X series. Now let me just do a quick side-by-side comparison with some of these other phones. So here is the XA. Pretty similar phones, although the XA Ultra has some pretty big advantages that I'll talk about in other videos. Let's have a look at the X and the X Performance. So here's the X Performance. Obviously both are the black version. Turn up the brightness a little bit on this. So there's a look at the side angle of the screen. And in 1 second I'll show you guys against the C5 Ultra. Alright guys, so here's the C5 Ultra in my left hand and the XA Ultra in my right. So the XA Ultra, I mean, it's basically the C6 Ultra. Obviously Sony's just rebranding a little bit. But in my opinion, I like the material more on the XA Ultra. C5 Ultra has a little bit more of a plasticky feel. Then here's a look at the bottom. So both have micro USB ports. Both have power buttons on the side. Actually very similar in design aside from the material. I see the power button there. And then volume marker right below it. Camera button right here. Headphone jack at the top. And then some ports at the side just for SIM card, micro SD card. So yeah guys, first impressions. Gotta say I'm pretty happy with it. Definitely like the look and feel of it. And I will of course be doing a lot more tests on it, especially with that front facing camera. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, and let me know in the comment section what video you want to see first.